How you doing, Mr. DJ? It is my 80s YouTube, 80s and 90s YouTube channel. We are going back. Fantasy playlist of July the 4th, 1987. Midsummer 1987 coming up. Janet Jackson, LL Cool J. We got U2, George Michael, Poison, Steve Winwood, Los Lobos, Al Jarreau, Lost 45 by him. I added about, oh my God, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I added 12 songs to this fancy playlist. But there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 debuts on this fancy playlist. 45 song fantasy playlist. Let's go ahead and get started with a Lost 45. I'd forgotten about this one. Debbie Harry, a Blondie. About 4 years after Blondie broke up, she released her second album called Rockbird. And the song I'm going to play for you is called In Love with Love. It went to #1 on the dance charts here in America. There was a British remix of this record by the legendary British production team of Stock Aitken Waterman. I can't tell you just how huge these guys were back in the 80s going into the early 90s. They produced Venus by Bananarama. They also produced You Spin Me Round by Dead or Alive. That was one of their early big hits that they produced. And they groomed and they put Rick Ashley on the map. They produced his hit records in the late 80s and early 90s. And it's estimated that they've made about $104 million of all these hit records, 100 UK top 40 hits. They did a remix of In Love with Love by Debbie Harry, but I don't think it's the mix that's going to come up in the video. But it's got the 80s synth pop sound. It's got the gleaming synth, the metallic slaps, and the thumping Eurobeat, for lack of a better word. They sound a little bit like New Order. Indeed, New Order, they were real hot back in the late 80s. As a matter of fact, later on in 1987, they had their only American Top 40 hit, True Faith, fall of '87. Song was produced by Seth Justman. Seth Justman produced the album Rockbird, formerly of the J. Giles Band. Keyboard player of the J. Giles Band. Along with Peter Wolf, he wrote some of their big hits, including Centerfold. Without further ado, here's Debbie Harry at number 45 with In Love with Love.